Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.
To try and secure a venue and a date, how's that going?
Good. I mean, I had a call earlier with the site, had a call yesterday, had 2 fresh approaches this week, one last night and the other one the night before. You have to explore all of these. You know, a lot of the time, we've been in this situation many times with fights not of this magnitude, where you have to explore. You know, when the Saudi Arabia approach come on Joshua Rees, I almost palmed them off because I'd been there before, and we ran into the right people who were genuine people who wanted to bring this event to the region, and we got it done. So you have to filter out the time wasters, of which there are many people trying to piggyback on the back of the size of this fight, and deal with the correct people, generally within the government on these kind of regions, of which we're doing, you know, and conversations are involving. Like I said, the original approaches that we had, now we're moving to offering contractual stages, and the new ones that are coming in, we have to explore them as well. So both sides doing their own thing. We'll catch up early next week with the other side. We'll all chat about the progress that we've made, and I'm still extremely confident.
The sort of perceived wisdom, or certainly the suggestion, was that Saudi Arabia were the front runners because they're the most lucrative offer. Is there any truth in that? And as you sit here now, do you feel like Saudi is still sort of out in front to get it? Yeah,
I think there's a couple of things. Number one is, you know, they did the Ruiz fight with a view to do the undisputed fight. That was the whole plan. So, you know, we're not contractually obligated to do the event in Saudi, but we had a fantastic experience there before. We trust them. They've paid the money before. We've been through a contract. We've been through escrow agreements, and these are all things that take time. You know, it's one thing that I said on the call, is that's a big plus on that respect, because when you start that process again, it does take time, and you know we want to wrap this up in a month. So the fact that they're so ambitious about boxing, so ambitious about sport, and have been through the process before, puts them in a tremendous position. But there are many people that would rather make sure they got it rather than Saudi Arabia, and there's a lot of individuals that want to, I guess, have some fun with this event and want to be a part of history. And you know, the people that we deal with in Saudi Arabia are massive boxing fans, and they want, you know, this is it. It doesn't get any bigger than this. You get this fight, you have the biggest event in the sport, and you have one of the biggest sporting events of the year, one of the biggest sporting events in history, and there's a lot of people that want to be part of that.
Do any American sites, can they compete anymore with that sort of money?
Not really, because you know, you're still, Vegas is really the one, I think, and even with Vegas, they're at 20% capacity at the moment. They will go to 50%, I believe, by the beginning of May. But you know, really, the site fees that come in with on a substantial basis are ones that aren't traditional boxing markets. You know, they're ones that have government investment just to showcase themselves to the world, whereas Vegas is an entertainment capital already. Now, many of these places want to become a Las Vegas or an entertainment and sports destination. So I wouldn't rule out America, but you know, I don't think financially they can compete with the numbers we've seen so far.
One Las Vegas resident who's mentioned that he wants to get involved in this fight, Floyd Mayweather. What did you make of those comments? Obviously, he came to the Pulev fight and he was sort of shouting instructions and stuff. What did you make of that?
Yeah, they've got a good relationship. I mean, they speak quite a lot, him and Floyd, and I think AJ loves the advice of Floyd Mayweather. Who wouldn't? You know, he's been there, he's done it, he's seen it all. I don't think Floyd will be putting up the money for this fight, but you know, I think whenever you can get advice off people that have been there and done it and seen it all, then AJ, you know, AJ's a self-educated man that uses knowledge, you know, from books and people to grow his own knowledge. And someone like Floyd and other people in the industry as well obviously know a lot about the sport.
You don't see him as a future Mayweather Promotions boxer? No. Now that Canelo Saunders is confirmed for Dallas, what was the reason behind that? Is that because of the gate opportunity?
Capacity. I mean, one, it's one of the best stadiums in the world. Two was the support of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. And three was the fact that they will allow 70,000 fans in the venue for May the 8th, which is just it's like music to the ears. You know, Cinco de Mayo, 70,000 at the AT&T Stadium. It's going to be just incredible. And it's Canelo Alvarez, you know, bringing back the crowds again for live boxing. You know, we've been lucky enough to have 12, 15,000. We know that the capacity at AT&T is 100, but we're allowed 70,000. Still restrictions in place and masks in place, yeah. And you know, it's just amazing by then. Obviously, the vaccinations now are going at a tremendous pace in America, and things are moving on as they are here. So it's really exciting to start opening up the doors again. And this is, you know, so far the biggest fight of the year for sure. Tremendous fight, and the atmosphere is going to be electric. Because
of the potential gate, is that an option, or could it become an option for Joshua Fury, or is it still not able to compete?
Not really, no. I mean,
I guess, would you get 70,000?
No, and also, you know, the gate in Dallas is very different to the gate in Vegas. You know, there's a lot of high rollers, and this is really a fight and a crowd for the people. You know, for Canelo fans and for boxing fans and Mexicans to come in and enjoy a Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know, it's a very special weekend, Canelo Fight Week for Cinco de Mayo, and Dallas Cowboys is going to be absolutely electric.
The fact that it's there in Texas with 70,000 fans, does that add any dimension to the fight? Does it help Canelo? Does it help Saunders? How does it affect how you see the fight?
The last couple of fights, we've had 12 and 15,000. It's felt like 100,000. You know, the atmosphere is electric. I think for Billy, I think it'll switch him on even more. I think Billy's never going to be overawed by the occasion or Canelo Alvarez. Billy is a reactive fighter. If he feels under threat, you're going to get the best out of him. So I think the more pressure on Billy Joe Saunders, the better the performance. So I think actually it's a good thing that he can walk out there, look around and say, this is it for me. This is my golden chance.
And Canelo's come out and said, obviously this is the second fight of your deal, but he said he wants to go on and work with you for a long time. That must be great. And is that the plan? Is that how you see it, a long-term relationship with him? Yeah,
it's always difficult when you've got two fighters in the fight. You know, I mean, firstly, working with Canelo has given me the opportunity to provide life-changing opportunities for Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. You know, with a Billy Joe Saunders hat on, of course, I want him to go out there and, you know, have one of the greatest victories ever seen by a British fighter. With a Canelo hat on, you know, he beats Billy Joe, and then he goes and fights Caleb Plant for the undisputed, and then we've got a global plan for him beyond there. So, look, you know, the comments from Canelo are, you know, massively. They make me feel fantastic. You know, you've got pound for pound number one who says we're the best promotional company in the world, and you know, we're straightforward. We deliver on all our promises, and he's enjoying it. We're enjoying it, and whilst we're doing business, I believe we'll work together for a long time.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.